Kalimera, Kalispera, whatever time you are watching. This is Mappa, sponsored by Food from Cyprus. Don't forget to go to foodfromcyprus.com, use the discount code NCN12, and for every single purchase you make, you shall be entered into a prize draw to win the opportunity to stay at an Airbnb in Lefkosia. Link to the place is in the description below. Keep scrolling, and while you're scrolling, don't forget to hit that like button as well, because if you don't, then it's Halloween and trick-or-treaters are going to throw eggs at your house. Thassos, how you doing?
Dzień dobry, dobry wieczór.
That's Polish.
How yeah, exactly, it's Polish. Yeah. How are you doing? Tell everybody about that that little report you were in.
Yes, well, for those of you that have been living under a rock today or yesterday, I received a message from a gentleman called Michael Kreskowski a few days ago. He works for a publication called iGoal.pl, and it's a Polish sports website. And he said, "Hey man, I want to do a write-up on Shrewsky. Can you answer some questions for me?" I said, "Okay, no problem." And he asked me 3 questions. I gave him the answers best I possibly could. He was happy with it. And lo and behold, I didn't expect it to be such a big article, to be honest, because you got 4 or 5 other people involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
So he published it today, and our Twitter has gone absolutely batshit crazy. So I figured, you know what? I love Poland. I like Polish Lunza, you know, and Polish women. Shh. So exactly, yeah. So I figured, well, you know what? I'm going to promote it. And lo and behold, Mr. Strutsky himself actually viewed it on our Instagram. So this is Mappa. So yes, Ari are very happy about it as well. So
you're good.
We're doing our thing there, Thassos. We're doing our thing.
You're doing our thing.
Listen, it's a team effort. It's a team effort. Okay, because you're doing your own thing with other stuff as well. So don't, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to get all, sympathetic or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, we're doing well so far, man. So again, I decided just to update our little Twitter bio. So before it was as featured on TalkSport, BFBS Cyprus, World Soccer Magazine, and now iGoal PL. So I added that as well.
There you go.
Add a long list of features. I'm pretty happy about it.
I'd just like to point out in the notes, I actually tried to translate Kalimera, Kalispera, whatever time you're watching, but I only felt comfortable doing the first bit.
I'm going to try and find it, so at least I can. Do you know what? Is it even worth me trying to do it? Because I don't want to.
Yeah, no, let's not do it.
Disrespect the Poles. I don't disrespect them.
Let's leave it as is. Because that's
you scared. You scared. Dzień dobry wieczór. Kiedykolwiek oglądasz. This is Mappa. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but there you go.
For Polish Lunza. Anyway, Polish ham. It's the best. It's the best. I think my daughter prefers the Polish version of the Lunza than the Cypriot version. Incredible.
But anyway, if you do prefer the Cypriot version, foodfromcyprus.com.
Correct. Absolutely. So, by the way, I'm really hoping that Strutsky does get called up to the Polish national team, because as far as I understand, the head coach was at a recent game. I think it may have been the Betis game. I'm not sure, but the Polish head coach was there watching him. So it's a possibility.
Good lad. Let's launch him. Let's launch him there. Listen, if we get him there, right, and he starts talking to Matty Cash, I want something signed from Matty Cash.
Ooh. Very good. That is, yeah. See,
so
that's good.
It's going to be because of us he gets into the Polish national team, and
for that, we gave him his props.
I would like a little bit. Yeah.
We gave him his flowers. Now give us some cash. I mean, Matty Cash's shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Lovely. Right. Let's start with the Cypriot football roundup for Division 1. I sounded like Count Dracula there, not anything Cypriot. So the first game will be ETHNIKOS 2, DOXA 0, and another 0 for DOXA. Bottom of the table, no points. Thassos?
I mean, first of all, what a stupid penalty to concede.
Handball!
I mean, what's what was the defender trying to do there? He was trying to
Playing
bring his
volleyball
defense
there.
in. No,
It's
he was trying to
volleyball.
bring. He was expecting, a punch from Mike Tyson or something. Putting his hands up like that. But yeah, Mario Cilia scores the penalty. We don't see the celebrations there, but there's a dog that ends up celebrating in the Athna stands as well, and then obviously there's that really dirty back heel that he scored for the second goal. You could say Mario Cilia gave Doxa nightmares.
Oh, very good. Very good. And speaking of nightmares, there was another managerial change, or should I say a recruitment?
Well, they exactly. So Doxa are on their third manager of the season and their sixth one since the beginning of last season.
Come
So
on.
they're spitting these out more than Halloween films at Doxa. They're really catching up with KARMIOTISSA at the moment. So I've got a list of them. I'll
Yes.
read through them. We've got Ricardo Cheo,
Sheu?
Ricardo Cheo, Lito Vidigal. If you remember, he was there for all of 6 days.
Oh, 6. I thought it was 10.
No, 6 days.
Ah, the next one was 10 days.
Victor Basadre was 10 days. And then you had Kostas Sakas, who was there for quite a while. Although it was the third time he was in charge of Doxa. And then you had Magis Sergidis, who was there for 26 days. And then now we have Yorgos Petragis. And then obviously you've had Kypros Mouzouros, who's been caretaker twice as well. Now Petragis has had 9 different head coaching roles since 2013. So here we go.
Has he had more than his dad?
Listen to these teams. AO Timpagiou, Pasa Irododos, Hermis Zonagnon, AUX Kisamikos, AEK Karaiskakis. Then you start to get to clubs you know a bit more. Sorry about that. Clubs you know a bit more. PAS Lamia in Greece, and then all these teams in Greece, obviously, and then Jeunesse Esch in Luxembourg, and then he had a stint at Olympiacos Lefkosias, followed by a promotion to the Greek Super League with Aegifisias last season. So he's been out and about. Now, you mentioned the father. I've got to say, Yorgos Petragis is not Yannis Petragis, who was at who also managed Olympiacos last season. Yannis is the dad, Yorgos is the son. Now, just a couple of things here. Yannis Petragis lasted 3 months last season at Olympiacos, whereas Yorgos Petragis Jr. lasted 6 months in 2021.
So the son lasts longer than the dad.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see.
But who came closer to winning the title?
The son.
Yeah.
2021. Yeah, the son.
For which club?
Well, oh no, you mean a title as in an actual thing, not like
Yes.
Olympiacos coming 9th
No.
instead of 14th. All right, okay. No, what do you go on? I'm just looking at this. The son might have won something at Jeunesse Esch, and he got promoted with Aegifisias. I don't see anything else that he could have.
Well, the dad came close to winning the title with APOLLON the year OMONOIA won it.
All right. Well,
and had it not been for a Dingini injury, they may have gone on to win it. But it's buts and maybes.
Yes, actually, yes, that makes sense because we did the interview with Dabo last week, and yeah, we talked a lot about Petragis. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
There you go.
Right. Let's go. Next one.
Let's go.
Splendid. Now, unfortunately, the write-up that I did seemed to have jinxed AEL, who lost 2-1 to Salamina. Not the result that AEL would have wanted, mate, but surely they can take some positives out of this game. Some, maybe.
Well, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Now Salamina, a different gravy this season. They were already very.
How dare you?
They were already not.
How dare you? Different gravy. What? You meaning to tell me that they're better than Bursa?
What have you? They're doing very, very well, right? And we thought that once Bursaididis left, it was going to be difficult for them. And
Παλιόπαιδο. Δεν τρέβεις τα μούτρα σου.
listen, Bursabol will always have a place in our hearts, right? But they are doing now Salamina are doing very well, right? They've got Doregaray is turning out well for them. Narsing is delivering corners for them where they're just somebody just needs to touch it and it goes in. You got Durmishai, who would, if he had stayed fit, Olympiacos would have had a better chance.
He's your
of staying
guy.
on.
He's
Yeah.
your guy, Durmishai.
Yeah, well, there you go. So up front, they're doing well, even without, Chico Banza. At the back, they seem to be a bit more solid than last season as well, up to this moment anyway. Sergio is, how he's not been picked for Gibro yet, I don't know. Well, I do know, but let's not talk about that because we're going to be here for another hour on top of what we normally record.
Let's not do this. Let's not do this.
I mean, they're right. So you've got the top six, and now Salamina are only 2 points off OMONOIA and PAFOS, who are in 5th and 6th place, right? They're above AEK as well. So it tells you Bursaididi built a team and he built a coaching staff behind him, and that coaching staff has promoted itself within and kind of used his tactics and his methods as a basis to kind of move forward.
Yeah.
Now,
mate, I tell you what, there's another player that I don't know if you did mention him, but Carlitos in the middle of the park.
Yeah.
He is a bulldozer, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
He can play ball as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
Got a bright future. He's 24? And I think he can go a long way, to be honest. I think anyway.
No, I mean, but this is it. Now Salamina have got a team. Quite a lot of that team as well has been there for 2-3 years now. Bursaididis was already there for 2 seasons. He's got his coaching staff that was already there with him as well, are now continuing to be there. So it turns out stability kind of works, right? Who knew? Stability works. And it's not as expensive as firing everybody every couple of months. Now, AEL haven't had that stability, which means they need a bit of work. So I wouldn't be complaining. If I was an AEL fan, I wouldn't be complaining just yet, even though there were people complaining already about Koskela. At least that's how I read it from the press release from AEL after the game, asking for unity and telling fans that, you need to see the wood for the trees, I think is what they said.
But look, this is what I don't understand, okay? And again, this is no disrespect to AEL supporters, but a lot of them did not want Harlambus, right?
Yep.
Didn't want him. They made it evidently clear that they did not want him. Some of the players made it evidently clear that they didn't want him. So in comes the new guy who, as a coach, perhaps doesn't have the experience required to be at a club that is in disarray. Let's get it right, because that's where they're at. But he has the experience of knowing the game. He's got a lot more experience than the last guy. Okay,
that's for sure.
So he's come in. They started playing a better brand of football in the first game. The players looked to be more in sync or happier anyway. Okay, they've lost to Salamina, which, let's get it right, it is a difficult place to go to.
Yep.
ANORTHOSIS didn't beat them this season, who have been riding a crest of the wave this season, okay, apart from, albeit a couple of draws and a loss. As you mentioned, Salamina did well last season as well. I mean, doing the double over OMONOIA isn't, okay, it's not nothing too impressive, but they still did it. So, and plus they've got these fantastic players that you mentioned. So I don't think this whole, oh, we lost to Salamina, it's the manager's fault. Well, what are you going to do? Get Janevski back? Is that what you want to do? Is that what you want? You want to play
they haven't paid him off yet,
4-6-0?
They haven't paid him off yet either, have they?
Well, there you go.
But yeah, I think there's a bit of frustration from the fans, obviously, from the negativity, the negative tactics that were happening under Haralambos. And they were expecting the players to kind of like, once the shackles got taken off the players, they were expecting them to kind of zoom off and win every single game that's in front of them now. And that's not going to happen. Now, speaking of disarray, clubs in disarray, just wanted to bring up that there's a new assistant manager at IL, ex-Tottenham Hotspur defensive midfielder Timo Tainio,
yeah,
who was also at Birmingham City. And I'm sure that's not right. I'm sure that's not right. But he was at Sunderland as well. And then he's got 2 appearances for Ajax. He's very experienced. He's a very experienced defensive midfielder anyway. And prior to that, he was a manager at FC Haka, who he managed to get them into the Conference League qualifiers this summer. So Koskela's bringing other people with plenty of suitable experience behind him as well. So we should see improvements from IL if people give him the chance. It's so stupid that there's a vote of that the board had to come out and give him a vote of confidence after 2 games. Now, speaking of IL, they've opened a new club shop, haven't they, in the Alfamera Stadium?
Yes, they have.
And a couple of the players, so the IL social media released a couple of videos of the players, kind of
they did.
announcing, kind of, the club shop's opening. Come and see us. And there's a video of, I don't know if you brought it up, but there's a video of Muriel.
See you today. Hello, guys. See you today at our new shop in Alfamera Stadium. See you.
Come on.
He's so happy. He's so happy. Go see him. Oh man, I hope IL fans went and gave him a hug when they saw him.
Yes.
He's a happy guy. He's a happy guy.
Deserve it. I'll tell you a story about Taino, actually. I remember Spurs were playing West Ham and West Ham were winning. Sorry, Spurs were winning 2-1 against West Ham. And there's an interview that Taino gave, and he said Joe Cole was like giving him some mouth at the time. And he goes to him, what's he say? He goes, sorry, boy, look at the scoreboard. We're winning 2-1. No, it was against Chelsea. Against Chelsea. Sorry,
Yeah,
it wasn't. It was Chelsea. It was Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, really good one. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Right, next game, shall we?
Next game.
All righty ho. The next one, my friend, is, come on, hurry up. APOEL beating KARMIOTISSA by 2-1. And Dongala, the Rasta man, as quoted on 24 Sport, fucking idiot. Sorry. Gave APOEL the lead. Gavili Dyer then made it 2-0, although unfortunately the highlights don't show whether it was offside or not. But I'm not going to have this conversation right now.
No, I've seen it. It's not offside.
No?
They did draw the lines after in the highlights that I saw.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, you can see the lines.
And then KARMIOTISSA scored a penalty in stoppage time. So, yeah, happy days for you guys. 5 wins on the bounce. You were top of the league after that game.
Yep. You know, It was closer than I think a lot of people would have liked. No thanks to Abdullahi. We're going to see it here in a second. There you go. It just stamps Kipro Christoforou. It just stamps on him. No idea why. Anyway, I've got things to say about Fawaz Abdullahi, but anyway, doesn't matter. Joey Sook gets the scores the penalty. But yeah, I got to say there's some weird refereeing decisions that happen with regards to VAR in this match. What happened? What?
Wasn't there a yellow warning?
There was. We were going to get to that.
Sorry.
I
didn't see that on the notes. Sorry.
It is there. It is
Sorry.
there. Yeah, I called it cesspool in the notes.
I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks. But yeah, right. No, I need your opinion on this because you might know the rules on VAR usage better than me for this.
How the fuck should I know?
No. I don't
The
know.
referees don't even know.
You might know. But Dongala scores, right?
Yes.
And Anesti picks the ball up and then
Yes.
throws it, and then there's a counter attack from Karmiotissa going out. Now, the counter attack happens. In the end, nothing happens with it, and then Belic gets the ball. Something happens, and then the ball goes out for a throw-in. So this goal was scored at 22:43.
Yeah.
But they don't do the VAR check until 23 minutes 54 for them to confirm that it was a goal.
Well, this is a strange one because I don't know whether they have to wait in Cyprus. I don't know whether they decide to wait for the ball to go out of play before doing a check. They should be checking it the moment it happens.
Yeah, that's my thinking as well. Because what happens if Karmiotissa go on the counter attack and then they score from that counter attack?
Okay, so
you'll be getting some letters from Johnny Violins then, I think.
Yeah. If you accept VAR, then it's worse than rape.
Oh God.
No, because the thing is, when you see the footage of VAR checks in other countries, take for example the Premier League, the moment an incident occurs, they allow the play to continue while they check it.
Yeah.
But for some reason in Cyprus, I don't know whether it was just this particular game or maybe they went for a toilet break and then they came back and the referee was radioing them and they heard the walkie-talkie and they're going, please help, VAR. And they're like, oh shit, what's happened? Did you just see that thumbs up?
Yeah, who gave you the thumbs up?
Mate, every time I do this on a stream, the thumbs up thing comes. And what makes it worse is that a few days ago I did a stream of the IAC preview, and I did this with my hand, and all of a sudden all these balloons came up. It was weird.
Come on,
it's not working for you, is it?
No, it's not. Okay, anyway.
I did this, and then all these balloons came flying up. I wonder what other commands I can do. I'm going to have to Google it now. StreamYard commands to do weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, so in answer to your question, if this the ball crossed the line and they continue playing, and then Karmiotissa went and scored the other end, they would have to look at the first incident, be it the ball crossing the line. And if it did cross the line, which is what it did, the game has to be stopped because it's a goal.
Yeah.
Much as if APOEL went to cross the ball and the ball went over the line for a goal kick, it went back into play, and then Karmiotissa went up the other end and scored. They would have to check to see if it was a goal kick.
Yeah.
So anyway,
but you can see what kind of fire it would have set off if there was a goal after that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's fine. 1-0, 2-0. You got Gvilidaya getting on the score sheet. Shock. Maybe we might see some ANORTHOSIS Gvilidaya.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Let's see.
Perhaps.
Let's see. But yeah, no, I just want to go back to Fawaz Abdullahi because every time he comes on, something bad happens.
Yes.
It's like it's specifically for Halloween. He conjures up fear for me every time he's on the pitch.
Oh, come on now. Leave the guy alone.
He conceded a penalty in the 97th minute, for God's sake.
He's all action. What can I tell you? He's all action.
Yeah, all
He's
action.
Jackson.
Yeah. So speaking of conceding penalties in the 97th minute, for no apparent reason, the Committee of Ethics and Safeguarding in Sport released a statement about like 4 days, basically an hour after we stopped recording last week,
Yep.
saying that there was a yellow warning on the match between APOEL and KARMIOTISSA. I mean, between the bad guy from The Last of Us and the bad guy from I Spit on Your Grave, I don't doubt something bad has gone on.
No comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah,
No comment.
I'll sit there for a bit.
I was meaning to ask you something actually,
Yeah.
but carry on. No, carry on.
No, because I was just going to mention the cup matches that each team had played.
Okay.
well.
Well, there's something because you support that club, and I saw a social media post, and I'm hoping you can explain this to me. Explain the nickname. Can you see this?
Okay.
Smiling machine. Do you know where this nickname has come from?
Nope.
The smiling machine.
You think they'd come up with something better for a player like Konstantinov?
Well, it's smiling ... machine. So they're not calling him a smiling machine, not a machine that creates smiles. Otherwise, that would make him a clown or a comedian.
It's a machine that is
...
smiling.
Ah, smiling machine.
Yeah, as opposed to a depressed machine. I don't know. I don't know. I got no idea.
A Fawaz machine, a fouling machine.
Oh God, yeah. Fawaz is Twister. That's what I'd call him.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, the film Twister. With the,
yes.
with the cow spinning in the that's Fawaz.
Sorry, I could just picture Fawaz in this hurricane with a cow just going around.
Yeah, there you go.
Moo, exactly. And then the cow's going moo. Move on.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
We'll move on. Right. So APOEL beat Beya, beat Jason Punchin's Beya. So they did play 2/3 of the game with 10 men though. Beya had a man sent off. Yeah. And then KARMIOTISSA were haunted in Lefkosia by Olympiacos losing 4-1. Yeah. So Haralambos is what? That's 3 games now.
Yes.
For a man who plays 4-6-0, he's conceding a few goals, isn't he?
5 + 4 + 2. 11 goals
games.
conceded. Wow. So, shall we do a sweepstakes? How long will it be before he goes?
I mean, who are they playing next game?
That's a good question.
There you go. I just
that's a good question. Okay, so KARMIOTISSA fixtures. It's not even coming up. You got to be kidding me.
Who they got?
To the 11th, AL away.
Okay, right.
And then ARIS.
Yeah.
And then DOXA after the dreaded international break, by the way.
So there we go. That's the game.
DOXA.
That's the game there. If he loses that game, he's out. If he draws that game, he's out.
Oh man, the pressure is on.
Mm, there
So
you go.
number 8 is coming. Number 8. Anyway,
Yeah.
anything else before I move on?
Nope, that's it.
Lovely. Okay, let's go. So the next game, I've gone to German now. ANORTHOSIS drawing 1-1 against AES. Would you Adam and Eve it, mate? AES nicking an equalizer right at the end. There's a lovely meme I did earlier because it's not in the highlights. I'm not going to go into
Nah.
it. You follow us on This Is Mappa, and then you'll see what I mean. See what I
Mm.
mean. Sorry.
Ah.
That's all. Sorry. Apologies.
Yeah.
Thoughts, please.
Thoughts? Well, ANORTHOSIS were missing a few players in that forward line. That probably would have helped them with the match.
Oh, excuses.
Excuses. But yeah, you're having to start the match with ARIS, with all the other attacking players that they've got. They missed a lot of chances. Chico Banza hit the post when it was easier to score from that header that he had. ARIS missed his chance twice by striking the ball against defenders when the goalkeeper was completely out of it from saving a shot. That's actually in the meme video that you did with Delmiro getting hit in the face by his own defender's clearance.
He got knocked the fuck out.
and Helder Ferreira hit the crossbar as well. So ANORTHOSIS had plenty of chances to stick the ball in the net, but they were just missing the players that were there weren't quite fit enough. So it's a weird one. We talked about their defensive line being a bit dodgy if they get any injuries, but it looks like their attacking line as well suffers a little bit if they get too many injuries. Yeah.
I was impressed how they won the penalty, though. Very intelligent. Stuck his leg out, wins the penalty. Very good.
Yeah. He took the defender to dinner, didn't he? Absolutely, absolutely did him in.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, AES, 8 points. It's a good result for them. Let's get it right. They didn't concede 3 goals. And they're only 2 points behind APOEL. Now,
Yep.
I'm not saying that KARMIOTISSA are going to get anything against APOEL, but let's say in a strange world, being the Brathima, KARMIOTISSA nick a point, right?
Yeah.
If AES get a victory in the next game, I don't know who they're playing against, by the way. Let me just bring it up, just so I don't look like an idiot. I would check on their Twitter, but I haven't used it since like September last year. They've got
guys, come on.
They've got ETHNIKOS next.
That's an interesting game.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if AES win and APOEL don't, okay, and they're going to be neck and neck with APOEL, what does that mean for Koskela? Because again, I'm not saying that he should go. I think they should stick to him irrespective of what happens next. But can you imagine the shitstorm that would occur if that does happen?
It will be difficult for those APOEL fans to accept that, but they should. APOEL, again, is going through a financial shitstorm because of the mismanagement of the club over the last 3-4 seasons, right?
Yep.
And this season is one to take stock, to try and set stuff up for the future, rather than throwing at things, just to get by on the here and now. Now, lads, the future is scary.
Yep.
Yeah. Sticking with the Halloween theme.
Ooh.
Yeah, future is scary, but you don't go forward by doing a KARMIOTISSA or a DOXA, hiring 5, 6, 7, 8 managers a season.
Well, we're on how many? 7 now in total?
What, sackings?
Yeah. Or changes, new managers.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
7 seconds. Yeah, 7 seconds. 7
Yeah.
seconds.
Is it 7
And
seconds?
last
I
season
think
was what, 28?
Yes, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see. Well, 21 to go to match it, and it will probably happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on.
Well, before we move on, I think we need to just mention quickly about Gigis Konstantinou.
Okay, you talk about it because I think I was a little bit shocked last week and I
Yeah,
didn't do a good
because
job.
it happened like as we were recording, so we couldn't really take stock and say the stuff we need to say about him, because he's very important for Anorthosis, obviously. He was president for them in the 90s and the 2000s, and it's a very big successful period for Anorthosis. They won 4 titles in a row between 96 and 2001. He helped redevelop the stadium. He changed the crest of the club to kind of modernize for marketing purposes as well. He was instrumental in bringing in Timuri Getspire to Anorthosis, to the point where the next president appointed him player manager, and then that set the club off to do the historic thing of qualifying for the Champions League group stages, the first Cypriot team to do that. So Gigis Konstantinou has been very important, not just for Anorthosis, but for Cypriot football as well. We can forgive him for Getspire being Getspire, but the rest of it is very important, and Atheos Magarisidon, rest in peace.
There we go. Lovely. That's a good one. That's a better one than my one.
There you go.
Better one than my one.
No,
Yeah.
Listen, he's very important for Anorthosis history, and you can see that by the clubs that made a reference to him on their social medias.
Yep.
There's a few clubs that didn't mention it at all. But regardless, he's very important for the club, but he's also quite important for Cypriot football. So we should say something about him.
There we go. Wunderbar. Right. Let's go on to the next one. And I think this is the pointless 0-0. Yeah, it is a pointless 0-0. Not much to say about this from me, mate.
You've already read my notes. I didn't have much to say either.
Although Piric's getting
yeah.
one in the nuts is quite funny, I must admit.
Yeah, of course. Talking about Piric, it keeps another clean sheet. So we also saw like a couple of good saves from him as well. He didn't need that many to make, but the ones he did do. So I'm thinking we're starting to see him come back to the kind of form he had at the beginning of last season. Watch this space.
Possibly.
Fransol, very quiet, didn't do much, didn't see anything from him. And Farage as well, very quiet on Ajax side. But he's been like that now for a few games.
Yeah, now this is a question that came to mind the other day after the game, actually, that I wanted to ask on this podcast. Is there a chance that perhaps he had such a good season last season that there may have been some interest in him this summer and he hasn't got his move? And maybe, no, I'm not saying that he's down tools, but perhaps either he's a little bit demotivated or he's probably thinking, that was my chance.
It could be fatigue as well. He was used a lot last season. He went through a lot. I think the amount of games he played, he didn't have any injuries or any rest really. So the amount of games he played last season, plus the very short break that they had prior to starting preseason, and then starting games beginning of July, the guy's probably dead. Just needs to rest. It can't hurt. It can't hurt.
Well, I think it's a strange one for him. He's played 12 games already this season, which is a lot of games in all fairness. Although he hasn't been playing international football.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
guess we could say, right, he hasn't been going to and from wherever he needs to be going. But then you look at the squad that Ike have got. You've got Guccio, you've got Bruno Gama, you've got a few other players that can play in the wide area. And it's got to be a concern that he's started so many games for a start. Okay, started so many games for a start. You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether they feel he played 46 games last season, man. He played 46 games last season. That's a ridiculous amount of games to play for
Yeah.
someone at this level.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm thinking, look, in my mind, maybe they're trying to squeeze as much as they possibly can out of him, and then maybe sell him in January or maybe even the summer. But it's one of those seasons for Ike, and judging by their league position, mate, 8th in the table, they're 2 points behind Salamina, they're 2 points ahead of ETHNIKOS, they're 3 points ahead of APOEL. And we're saying that APOEL have had an indifferent season. Well, for crying out loud,
Yeah.
they're only 3 points worse off than Ike.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Again, it could be as well as a plan A. What's plan B? Like you were saying, you said on the podcast the other day that as long as you stop their wide players, I don't have anything else to go for. And
But Thassos, the aerial threat has gone as well from Ike. Because Fransol is not a good guy. Okay, there's no disrespect, but he's a smaller guy than Rafa Lopez.
Yeah.
And when those balls go in the box, you can't have a player that's 5'10", no disrespect, or 5'6". However tall he is, I don't know. He doesn't look like a tall guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, up against Panayotou looked like he towered above him.
Yeah.
Right? So when you get that ball out wide and you put it in the box, you need someone with some physical presence in there. Don't get me wrong, Fransol is great to latch onto second balls and pounce on things because he's a poacher. But when you take out Rafa Lopez or Trzaskowski out of the equation, you lose something. And as great as Dimas is as a player, to have him in that number 10 position, he isn't that guy to make those runs in the box to head the ball.
No.
So you're limiting yourself to what? Half chances?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this, I don't know. I think they've, Javi Roca has made signings that he would like to see at AEK that don't necessarily fit the tactics that the manager wants to play. So it worked well last season because he had the players that he wanted to play the tactics that he wanted. And like you're saying, Fransol is not the kind of striker that a team that plays the way that AEK do should be utilizing.
He's 5'9", by the way.
Oh, there you go. He's only 2 inches taller than me. That's not good.
No, but what I'm saying is, if
I'm
you're
a small man,
forward,
you know.
bro. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you ain't a centre forward.
No,
right?
exactly.
You know, you'd be a right back, or you'd be a good holding midfielder. You know, but when those balls are coming at you in the box, you've seen the goals that he scored. A lot of second balls, twist and turn, fine, great, fantastic. But last season, when those balls were going in the box, they were overloading the box. But you knew Rafa Lopez was going to be a threat. You knew Trzaskowski was going to be a threat. Now it's almost like, well, okay, Dimas, as good as he is as a number 10, he ain't going to be heading balls.
No
chance.
No,
Dongia isn't going to be heading balls.
Yeah.
So who have they got? You know, from an attacking perspective, with an aerial threat.
Well, they've got Trzaskowski with his bastoni.
No, yeah, but he's not playing. This is my point.
Yeah.
So what they're doing now, and you're probably seeing a lot more, they're cutting inside. The wingers are getting the ball and they're cutting inside.
Yeah. It was so. I mean, the other week when Gyoshko scored, that's how he scored. He cut inside. Diemers as well, when he's been out on the wings, he's been cutting inside. He's been taking those shots from like 20, 30 yards, and some of them have been going in. Maybe there's a change in tactics, or he's trying to implement a new type of tactic with these wingers cutting inside, and it's not necessarily. So if we go back to Farage, it's not necessarily something that Farage can do. That could be another reason why he's gone quiet.
Truth be told, Farage did it a few times last season. I remember against OMONOIA when he scored a goal against us. He cut inside and he put it in the bottom corner. I think he did it against APOEL when the ball came across the goal, but he didn't bring it inside, but he did run inside. What I will say is that when you've got your inverted wingers and they're cutting inside to hit the ball, they need an option, whether it be a square ball or an overlap. And they're not having that either. Rosales was a big player for them. A big player for them. Obviously, the left back Angel Garcia's injured and whatever, but there seems to be too many changes in terms of personnel, and that has led to a change in system, and it's not helping them because you could tell it's just proofs in the pudding. Look where they're on the table.
Yeah. I mean, it's So this change in tactic as well. So the overload again on the wings isn't happening. And part of that is they're trying to become a bit more solid at the back, not concede as many goals. It doesn't help when your central defenders are 34, 35, 36 years old.
There you go.
But that's what they're trying to do. As well, if you've got 34, 35, 36-year-old central defenders, you need your fullbacks to stay further back and defend a bit more to give them a bit more protection. Because the central defenders that they're using this season, in some cases, they're the same central defenders as last season. And last season, they conceded a lot of goals on the through ball, on the ball over the top, because the players, as good as they are as defenders, just can't keep up with your gyro, with your Gaguli, with any fast striker that you can think of.
Well, they kept up with Gaguli the other day because what our manager was doing, instead of smashing the ball into the channels, he's smashing it down the middle, and they're getting tight on him, and he couldn't do anything about it. So they played the blinder, Ike.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the other thing. He played Roberge in defense, right? So Roberge has a lot of experience in the league. He's won titles.
Yep.
So he knows how to marshal a title-winning defense. Now Ike's problem is the other end.
Right.
It's what happens, isn't it? You concentrate on one bit, you end up losing a little bit on the other end.
Of course.
But
yes. the other thing, which we didn't mention, when you've got a central defenders like 34, 35, and 36, there's more onus on the holding midfielder to protect them, which is Gus Ledes. And by doing that role, he's actually being hindered because he's actually very, very good on the ball. He pings the ball left, right, and center, but now he's doing more work defensively.
Yep.
So they've completely changed everything. They've changed everything. Everything that they worked on last season is down the toilet. It's a new system. Might as well have a new manager.
No comment. No comment. No comment. However,
their next match is APOEL.
Well. I mean, for us, it's a test because the last 2 or 3 games, with all respect to the teams we were playing, they're not going to be top 6 finishes.
No.
AEK might not be top 6 finishes this season either, but they're a sterner test than some of the other teams we've been playing. So it's once again a good time for APOEL to test. I say APOEL because I'm not going to mention a coach's name, because whether it's Sapinto or the actual coach on the pitch that's next to the pitch doing the coaching is a conversation I don't want to get involved with, because there's a lot of APOEL fans that are like, so Sapinto obviously is still got the 4-month ban, and a lot of APOEL fans are like, coach, you're managing the team well. How can he manage the team well from up there? But
Blind faith. Blind faith.
anyway, there's a couple of things to talk about that happened in the game that wasn't
Yeah.
on the pitch.
Yeah.
So
Go on.
it's a little bit of a serious one, this one. An AEK fan during the game fell into the dry ditch that separates the stands from the pitch at the Rassi B for security purposes. Fan was severely injured, and last I checked, he was still in the hospital from the injuries. I don't know if you've seen anything different. Sorry, my washing machine's decided to go for a walk.
Nah, don't worry about it. Honestly, it's fine. No, I can't hear anything, to be honest. But no, I haven't read anything. But I'm not surprised because it is literally a death trap.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's a ditch. So it's a concrete lined ditch that goes down 3, 4, 5 meters
Yeah.
from at least
here.
on the stands side.
Yeah.
So
this is where it is, you know, and it looks like a corridor, doesn't it?
yeah.
But that isn't even the top of it. This is the bottom of it. This guy's standing up. I mean, I don't know how tall he is, but obviously you can't see above because those are where the fans are. So this is from another photograph. This isn't that guy. This is from years ago. But it's a concrete surface.
Yeah.
It's a concrete surface, and that's the top of it there. So unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
But apparently
I mean,
someone died there 14 years ago. 14 years ago, someone died.
there's also as well. So it's not just the fans. There was AEK again. We're playing a European qualification game at the RCB a few years back, and an FC Zurich player scored.
Zurich, yeah.
And he jumped over the advertising hoarding, and as he jumped over, he went down. He just disappeared into the ditch. Now, they said they managed to pull him out afterwards. He was fine because I'm not sure how he was fine, but he basically landed fine, and then they got him out of the ditch, and he was able to carry on playing the game. But they got to do something there, man. It's not, you can't just leave it open like that. They've got to do something about it.
You see all these other stadiums with netting.
Yeah.
You know, they could have that there. I mean, there's so much you can do. You know.
Yeah.
You're the designer, the architect. You can do that. You know.
Yeah.
It really ain't that difficult. But why it's there in the first place, I don't know.
I mean, even right, you can still have it, but then don't make the bottom concrete.
Yeah.
Make it
or
something.
fill it up with water. It's a moat. You know?
Yeah, moat with crocodiles in it. You know, go proper medieval.
Throw Sapinto in there. Every KARMIOTISSA head coach gets thrown in there.
There you go. Yeah. It'll stop them from accepting the job. But as well, so I mean, we're talking about
there. Sorry.
there you go. We're talking about OMONOIA and AEK. So there's something that came up, not just the APOEL KARMIOTISSA game, but CES 2 Electric Boogaloo. We stopped recording last week, and in the same statement as the yellow warning for the APOEL KARMIOTISSA game, the CES said that they're retracting a previous statement where they said they would not be investigating the OMONIA versus AES match that happened earlier in the season, since they received 2 pieces of evidence from the ULIS monitoring program. Now, I don't know what that program is, but
maybe they've discovered Betamax and they're just giving it a new name.
Oh, well, I mean, the rumors we hear as well. But I'll just leave it at that.
If I speak.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on?
Yeah, please.
One more clip, and it's a short one. But it's our friends, ARI, with a victory over OTHELLO. Gazoo What a great name. I love it. He scored the winner. Shit defending, but they'll
Yep.
take it. They don't care. Happy
Yep.
days for Ari.
Yep, exactly. They go. I think they're top of the table now, aren't they? With that win.
Indeed.
There you go.
Indeed.
So the top two of the table kind of reads as the top two finish from last season at the moment. So
Yes, we'll show the complete table after the next game because
correct.
the next game kind of had a little bit of an effect.
Yeah.
On,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, before we move on to that next game, though, just
Mhm.
need to bring up some stuff happening at OTHELLOS and some rumory stuff. Anyway,
Rumory.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
Rumory.
yeah. But yeah, so the new coach there's a new coach at OTHELLOS following Alexis Karposis, Alex Watermelon. He's gone. So welcome instead, Michal Shkazny. Yay! So after his appointment, though, OTHELLOS released a statement on the resignation of their president due to an issue that has arisen in recent days that he wishes to keep to himself. Now, same day, on a completely separate note, nothing to do with anything else, this thing that I've mentioned about the OTHELLOS president resigning and this thing I'm about to mention are two completely different things. So legally we're covered, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So Supersport FM reported that a president of a team in Cyprus, after a negative result, entered the office the next day, shouted and broke everything in the office. The information,
What do you think he broke? Sorry.
well, I mean everything apparently. But yeah.
Calculator.
Well, there you go. I guess everything covers that as well.
I bet everything was from Jumbo. All the stationery is from Jumbo.
Yeah, accounting papers from Jumbo. But yeah. So
sorry, I could just imagine this little My Little Pony book being thrown, a diary.
No, you know what I'm reminded of? I'm reminded of those adverts on the radio that Jumbo do. I don't know if you've been to Gipro and listened to the radio, but
No,
but yeah,
I don't listen to the radio.
Jumbo got these weird fucking adverts every summer trying to get people back to school. But anyway, so I mean, it might as well be that.
Sorry, it was one of those nights.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
Yeah, it's Halloween, exactly.
We've got the
Spooky. But yeah, the information. Heebie-jeebies. Yeah. The information is confirmed by not one, not two, but at least 3 people, who were there, but without evidence, photos or videos. We will not reveal his name. Then they asked the people that read the rumor report that they put together, who do you think it is? Little mystery. It's a little mystery.
It's not quite the who shot Mr. Burns who done it, but
No, but you can, like I said, Othello's president resigning and this rumor coming out are not related.
no,
At all.
Not.
Yeah.
Of course not. Of course not. Although you can imagine the police report or the interview process. You know, where were you when this happened? I was eating with Carpuzzi. Eating.
You had the joke. You had it.
I know.
Had it.
I know. I'll take after my mum when it comes to the punchlines.
Never mind.
Anyway, right.
Buff.
Os?
There you go. There you go. Segue.
Right. Yes.
Segue.
So we were trashing Buffalo last week. Trashed them hard. Said they couldn't beat the top six, beat a team in the top six. Well, they went to Limassol and they gave Apollon a pounding, but it wasn't without controversy. Thassos.
Yep. I mean, you could say that. Personally, I think PAFOS beat Apollon thanks to Hambo doing his best Undertaker impression and just choke slamming.
Chokeslam, yes, yes.
And then Bruno on his side to make the wrestling look real, acted the crap out of it. It was amazing. But prior to that, I think it was a
He
fairly.
does look like Xavier Woods, just saying. But anyway.
But prior to that, it was fair. I thought it was a fairly even match until Ekbolo concedes the penalty, because you saw in the highlights, Marquez hits the post. Prior to that, penalty gets conceded, and then handball. There it is, and the handball comes in with a choke slam.
I mean, he's, to be honest, like Bruno has sold it really well. Like he's the way that he rolled back and did the what's it called, the reverse roly-poly, whatever you want to call it. It was incredible. But it seemed that push kind of reinvigorated him, because he was a man possessed after that, wasn't he, Bruno Mars?
Yeah. He was. He had a point to prove. Did he prove it? Did he get any goals?
Well, he had one disallowed.
Yeah, but he was offside.
Easy come, easy go. Sorry.
But yeah, like I was saying before the penalty, even after the penalty, before the sending off, it was a very even game, I think. And then Bafos made the extra player count. On top of that as well, Milojevic got sent off for protesting for something. I'm not sure what he was protesting, because it wasn't the sending off. I don't think you can protest the sending off. You can't argue with it.
No.
You expect a lot better from handball. And then obviously, Bafos attacked, and Gyro being at the front of that attack, he scores. There's the second goal. He rang. I mean, I don't want to. Pay Burns follows us, I think. I don't want to be too mean to him, but Gyro, he didn't have the best of times against Gyro, did he?
Here's a question: should that have been a penalty for the follow through by Ivicic? Because it's a similar thing to the Ekbolo one.
Yeah. I think he's been given leniency because he's a goalkeeper.
Okay.
Yeah, because you see that quite a few times in games, I think, where they kind of give the goalkeeper a bit more benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
But
and Jaro grabbed his second goal of the game.
Yeah.
Good finish.
Took it well. Yeah. There's some things as well to kind of mention on the side as well during the game, like when Tankovic is taking the penalty, he's getting lasers flashed in his face.
Yep.
And toilet roll is raining down from the stands. And
did you see all the glass or the cups that were thrown at Gyro after he celebrated his goal?
Yeah, exactly.
You see the stewards coming on the pitch to throw them back.
There was as well when I was watching the highlights. So they all jump on top of Gyro, and then Dragomir's arse is kind of sticking out, and then somebody's like a loose phantom boot, like it looked like an UGG boot, kind of hits him on the arse and bounces back again. Like it looked like somebody threw their shoe. So there's a guy in the stands that had to walk back to his car with only one shoe on in the Chakili and everything.
Well, listen, next time you go back to that stadium, you might find it. By the way, you mentioned Milojevic's red card. Costandino, the press officer of Apollon, he mentioned it the other day. And he basically said, let me find it. It was the same phase as Humbo's red card. He goes,
"Oh, it was." Okay.
Yeah, Bruno pushed Jurosevic in the face, and nothing was given. That's why the coach reacted in this way. And in the space of 10 seconds, Milojevic got 2 yellow cards. So
Right.
he was protesting, I'm guessing, the Humber issue, the situation, and then what happened with Bruno afterwards, and he over protested, and that was it.
Yeah, that happened to Dean Smith. That happened to Dean Smith at Villa. He called. He started screaming about a penalty at one point because it was a clear penalty and the referee didn't give it. And because he was protesting so violently, he got a yellow card. And then he called. Then he told the referee, "Oh, you're getting fitted for clown shoes in the morning." And then the referee gave him a second yellow card, and he got him sent
Was
off.
this during the pandemic, the COVID era?
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
of course, referees can hear everything, for fuck's sake. It's not in the
Yeah.
stadium, you moron. Anyway, so let
Yeah.
me bring up the league table before I forget, because I always forget to do it. And I
Yeah.
think now I've remembered. I'm using the CFA's official. So as you can see, Lemesu, Aris Lemesu, Apollon Lemesu, ANORTHOSIS Mokostu. They're doing it properly, aren't they? AEKLANAGAS.
Well, yeah.
There's consistency.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
There you
And
go.
DOXA are bottom on 0 points. 0.
9
By the
games,
counts
9
is
losses.
0. 0
Look at
wins, 0 draws, 0 points, 0. The amount of fucks I give.
3 goals scored.
That's bad, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
that's, you know, even our boy Sadiq, even our boy Ernest got one of them. No, did he get 1 or 2, Ernest?
Sadiq has definitely scored one. He's
Scored against
he's,
Omonia, the penalty.
yeah, he's
Fuck's sake.
the one. He's the one who scored last for him.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
But the thing is, one of their goals is contender for goal of the season, Ernest.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
at Football Cypriota, the Brazilian
Yes.
account that reports on Cypriot football, they've got a nickname for DOXA because DOXA Gadokopgias. The people in Brazil call DOXA Doja Cat.
Why?
DOJA, like DOXA almost.
Okay.
And then cat, Gadokopgias.
Oh, that's very good.
Yeah.
I did
So
not know this.
there's a meme somewhere. There's a meme somewhere with the handshake.
Oh, wow. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
I need to get in touch with this guy and send us this information. That is brilliant.
Yeah.
Got to play Doja Cat's music during every DOXA.
There you go.
highlights.
Exactly.
Woman, let me be your woman. Yeah, okay. woman. Okay. Excellent. Lovely. That's not being edited. I'm doing karaoke tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's Halloween.
Scary. It's scary.
Stop it. Stop it. Right. We've done an hour and 8 minutes.
Yep.
Any other news?
Well, there is. So, shall we do? We can do a few things. We can talk about a football team having an argument with a family.
Yes, you do that.
Yeah. Okay.
The floor is yours.
So, Olympiacos lost their first game of the second division season this weekend. They lost 3-0 to Polis Chrysochous. So, Polis is a town in the arse end of nowhere in Eparchia Bafo. It's near Gama. It's a very nice area. It's really hard to get to. And they have a football team. And that football team went to Lefkosia to play against Olympiacos Lefkosias. And they beat them 3-0. Now, the manager of Polis Chrysochous is OMONOIA legend Kostas KAIAFAS. Now, Kostas KAIAFAS being in Lefkosia, his dad, Sotiris KAIAFAS, which is a Cypriot icon, the guy has a golden boot, a European golden boot for the amount of goals he scored in a season for OMONOIA in the 70s. And he was at the game watching his son. Also at the game was Kostas KAIAFAS' wife. Now, Kostas KAIAFAS' wife, when the third goal went in, basically celebrated a bit too much for the Olympiacos fans' liking. So they said some rude things about the lady and started throwing stuff, which don't do that. Don't throw stuff. Anyway, Kostas KAIAFAS picked up a water bottle and chucked it into the crowd to get them to stop. And some of the things that the Olympiacos fans threw hit Sotiris KAIAFAS. So there's images that Mrs. KAIAFAS posted on Facebook afterwards of Sotiris KAIAFAS' injuries to his head. Now, not only is this guy a super icon, remember, he's a football player from the 70s. So you can imagine how old he is. So they could have caused some proper damage to the guy. Anyway, there's been a backwards and forwards between the clubs and also the fan association of Olympiacos regarding what happened during the game. So the first ones to come out and say stuff was the fan association of Olympiacos to say that normally there's not this much aggression during the game. However, we were goaded by Mrs. KAIAFAS. One woman against 200, 300. I won't call them raros, but you know where I'm coming from, right? Then the ENAV president on his personal social media kind of pointed out some stuff about him being unhappy with what went on and Olympiacos not doing anything to kind of provide security for the people that were there as guests, as part of ENAV's entourage, let's say. And then Olympiacos had a statement, kind of the last people to speak, to say, we do not, I'm paraphrasing now because I haven't got it copied and pasted, but we do not tolerate violence. Imagine Hadjodis. We do not tolerate violence in the stadium. We do not tolerate against women. However, we expect guests of the other team to behave in a manner more becoming. Now, would, say, somebody over celebrating a goal and then kind of goading at the other fans, like you would normally do at a football match, yeah? If you're in the away stand and the home team is losing, the away fans are like, they do that a lot, yeah? But because she's one person, Olympiacos fans decided not having this. But anyway, all of this, just to say, I'm looking forward to what our mate Spin the Wheel has to say about the events.
Drum roll, please.
Well, I mean, the other thing is, is Olympiacos have a KAIAFAS in their roster as well. So,
yep.
Awkward.
Yes, very, 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 very.
Yeah.
Watch this space.
Yeah. Now, on from that, we can then move to something funny. Not funny. Well, one good, but also amusing. So, PITTAS got another goal in Sweden, didn't he?
He did indeed.
Yeah.
Shall I bring it up?
Yeah, bring it up. Let's have a good look.
Bring it out. Let's go. So, what happened?
Well, he scores the penalty, and then you can see the goalkeeper has a little jab at him. Now, those who are might want to watch it back a couple of times.
Well, those who are listening.
Yeah, and also for those who are listening, should probably go have a look at that. But the goalkeeper doesn't touch him. The
Yeah,
goalkeeper
it's
kicks it
one of
out
those where
at him.
it's one of those where you pretend that you're going to kick them, but you don't actually do it. It's one of those,
Yeah.
it's like when you're driving and someone's getting too close to you and you kind of swerve the car a little bit as if you're going to hit them, but you don't actually hit them. And then everyone in the car says, "What the fuck are you doing?" And you're like, "No, I just wanted to." Am I the only one that's done this?
No, I've had that done to me. That's why I'm looking
Oh,
at you like
okay.
that.
It wasn't me.
No, it
Wasn't me.
wasn't. It wasn't you. I
I've never
clicked
driven in
mine.
France.
It was in Gipro. But yeah,
That
anyway.
wasn't me. I don't suffer road rage in Cyprus.
No, I don't normally either. But yeah, anyway. Pittas goes down like a sack of potatoes, clutching his leg as if the goalkeeper
Cyprus
had taken.
potatoes.
Yeah, exactly. Potatoes from xylophone.
From food from Cyprus there.
Ah, yeah. Food from Cyprus.com. Get your badades. Badades and
MCN12.
dinaktes. Yeah. That's probably going to get us taken down
Oh
from
man, I
YouTube.
could have some
dinaktes.
badades malvra right now. Flipping hell.
Ooh, a little bit of gologuyin as well.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
But yeah. More Cypriot food. Pittas goes down as if the goalkeeper had taken an axe to his leg. And then that set off a melee, and then the goalkeeper got sent off. So, Swedish fans of Swedish football were wondering whether Pittas was able to survive the shooting he'd he'd had from the goalkeeper, and whether he was able to continue or if he's still injured. We are happy to report that he has recovered from the grave injury he had suffered.
Yes, he's fine. He's doing absolutely fine. Thank goodness.
Pittas! Yeah, you can take the Gibreo out of Gibro, man, but you can't take the Gibro out of the Gibreo.
No, you
To
cannot.
be fair, if the goalkeeper had done that to me, I would have done exactly the same thing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why I'm like, yeah.
Well, before we move on, there's something that I don't think is in the notes, and I think we've got a few seconds to mention this, and I have to give props to our friends at ARI for their constant trolling the past few days. It has been immense, and even Betis have got involved in the joke. Betis admin, and this is just, I mean, it's brilliant. And for any other club in Cyprus, any representative that's working within social media, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. And I'm sorry, it's just incredible. It's absolutely incredible. For those that are listening, Ari have been going back and forth with Glasgow Rangers fans ever since they beat them. And Real Betis admin got involved prior to the game between the two. And obviously, it was jovial between the Spaniards and the Cypriots. And Glasgow Rangers, their supporters, are really pissed off about it. And there's a video of Tom and Jerry beating each other up with a frying pan. Betis are the dog, what is it, a pit bull? I don't know what it is, but he's swinging a baseball bat, missing Tom, who is Ari, and Jerry is the mouse, obviously the Glasgow Rangers, and he's hitting the cat with a steel pipe. It is hilarious because, Ari have put, "I'm Tom and welcome to my channel." It's got the results of Rangers beating Betis, Ari beating Rangers, and then Betis beating Ari. It's fantastic. That is how you do it. Hats off to them, man. It's brilliant.
This is how we do it.
Montel!
This is how we do it.
Etc.
There you go.
You're not smoking anything. That's
nah.
Otherwise, you'd be singing, "This is how we grew it." Yes, I'm back.
There you go.
Sorry, continue as you were.
No. I mean, that was the Pittas roundup with a little bit of Aris sprinkled in there as well.
Very good.
Now back to some depressing stuff.
Oh,
we've got the Cyprus national team. We've
got
the FIFA rankings.
No!
FIFA rankings.
Oh, wait. I thought you were going to mention the under-19 women that lost 15-0 to Switzerland.
No. I'm going to ignore that because we don't want to talk about that at all. That's already depressing enough. We don't need a 15-0 loss to be dropped on us as well on top of
Be
that.
like cool run-ins. Sanka,
Yeah.
you're dead, man. Yeah,
No,
man.
so let's talk about this depressing shit.
Oh, fuck's sake.
With the little screenshot as well there
There
for
you
you.
go.
There you go. So Cyprus are now 124th in the world.
Fucking
We are now below such luminaries in football as Sierra Leone and Malawi, and we are just above marvelous Nakamba's Zimbabwe, and 126th is Libya, right? Libya,
oh, God.
Libya, Libya.
Please.
So according to Getspire, these are the teams that are Cyprus's level.
Oh my God. And do you know what's actually even funnier about this? Libya is actually close to Cyprus on the map as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Now that's not depressing. So now you mentioned the 15-0 as well. I was going to completely ignore that because I didn't. But the ladies know what they're doing.
Yes.
So
Yes, they do. Yes.
like
Thank
5
goodness.
minutes before we started recording.
Yes.
The full-time whistle rang in the Faroe Islands versus Cyprus ladies match, and the ladies won 1-0
Come on.
in their UEFA
Come on.
Women's Nation League.
Let's
Look at
go.
that. Look at that. 1-0. Fantastic. Now, with that win,
This is ladies' night. Yeah, come on.
exactly. You know, Stefanos Voskaridis is showing Temuri Getspire how it's done. Yeah.
You
And-
don't know.
And the ladies are doing us proud. Now, they did lose to Montenegro 2-0 earlier on in the week.
It doesn't matter.
However, no.
It doesn't matter.
The reason why I mentioned that is because in League C Group 3, they are second after 4 games, right?
Yep.
And they've got 2 games left, and they're only 3 points behind Azerbaijan in first. So 2 games are left. They can still get into that promotion place and qualify for the semi-final thing that they've got going on after that as well.
See this? This is my tell me more face.
Yeah. You see, this is a team. This is a team that's going to do stuff. So we need to get behind this team. The Cyprus FA made the game available on YouTube to watch for people.
Oh God! Then what happened?
No, nothing happened. Good thing it was nothing. But these are definitely this team we should be getting behind, because they're going to do stuff and not lose 15-0.
They shall. Of course not. Of course not.
Yeah.
Right. Next.
That's it, mate.
Ooh.
That's
My
it.
goodness. An hour and 23.
Yeah, let me just check. No, we've done it. We've done it all.
Excellent. Shall we just check Twitter in the meantime, just in case?
Yeah, just in case any news has dropped while
case.
we've been recording. Let's do it.
Doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it. Oh, 1 minute. Hold on. Wait. Sorry, listeners. I'm just looking at something right now. Has it got something to do with Israel? Because obviously there's a situation occurring which is going to affect Cypriot football. An Israeli website reveals that several footballers playing in the country's league wished to leave on loan to foreign teams during the war. and the destination could be Cyprus. This is very similar to what happened with Ukraine.
Mm.
So yes, this is a possibility, and we do know that some Israeli footballers have played in Cyprus in the past. Altman being one of them, who was at AEK last season. Henezra, who's at OMONOIA. There's a few others. So,
Well,
and that's not just the Israeli players.
Peretz is at
yeah.
Apollon. Becker at ARIS.
Yeah. And Joe, you got teams like Maccabi Haifa and Maccabi Tel Aviv, etc., etc. They've got some players, but it's not just the Israeli players. Obviously, they've got African players. Even Robbie Keane's there, isn't he? Isn't Robbie Keane at Maccabi Tel Aviv?
Yep.
Yeah,
it was his dream.
Yes, for all we know, Robbie Keane might team up with former Tottenham midfielder Dominguez, APOEL. Can you imagine Robbie Keane and Sapinto on the bench? My goodness. Wow.
I do know that they are, for the European games, they're going to be playing them at the Rassi B, like they did last time there was an issue in Israel as well.
Yes. So yeah, watch this space. Ladies and gentlemen. Well, look, that's it for another episode. I think we've done very well to keep it under an hour and a half. We're nearly there, 1 hour 26, not including the intro, obviously. But yeah, don't forget to visit foodfromcyprus.com. Use the discount code NCN12 for 12% discount. Give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter or X at This Is Mappa. We also have the Cafés Flares website, Thassos.
Yes, there's a good Cafés Flares website. Stel and myself are currently are working through some articles. Go give them a read. Stel did the latest one was about Tony Koskela and how he will be developing the team and whether or not he brings success to IL. I'm currently working on the shortest managerial stints on record. So there's a couple that have been mentioned during this podcast. There's also a couple that may surprise you, BuzzFeed article style. Yeah. And we shit on Get Buyer quite a lot as well. So if you don't like Get Buyer, go give that a read.
Excellent.
What I would like to do as well, since we have this open to everybody, is if you would also like to write something, send us a message and we can have a chat.
Absolutely. Well, there's various ways to contact us. They can contact us on Twitter, on Facebook, because we have a group page
for
the podcast. We also have a Discord. Everything is in the description. So there's no excuse not to get in touch. You can even leave a comment and say, how do I find out? And then we will respond. So there are ways and means. We would like more people to contribute. We know that there's people out there that follow the Cypriot League as much as we do. Perhaps you guys don't want to divulge your identity, but we can do things anonymously. We don't have a problem with that. And thank you everyone for tuning in again. So Thassos, until next time.
Boo.